Yeah, we're just talking about diabetes.
Yeah, we're talking about diabetes.
Because I piss every 4 seconds.
And we were talking about, does Christophe, could he be at risk of diabetes?
I could be at risk. I could definitely be at risk.
Because you eat so many sweets.
This is my point was, it's very genetic. It's not very genetic, but, there's type 1, type 2. There's type 1.5, it's called, where you're basically born, like, pre-diabetic.
Okay.
But you're not quite diabetic, and you have to be, like, in shape. I had a friend of mine who was, like, really conscious. He's like, I have to be in shape or I'm going to get diabetes. And he was, like, a little skinny guy.
Type 2 is the fatty one.
Type 2 is fatties.
It's for fatties.
He's for fatties.
Okay.
Big fatties.
And you were telling me fatties are more likely to have it than just a guy who eats
if you're like a in-shape guy and you eat a lot of sugar, it doesn't really matter. But if you're like 600 pounds and you're crushing cheeseburgers, you're going to get it. But also, like, things like bread just turn into sugar anyway. So
I knew a
like,
skinny guy who drank himself into diabetes.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, alcohol gets just turned right into sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of this stuff, it's like, it's, I guess, not technically like what we classify as sugar, like a cookie or something, but like a beer, French fries, like lots of simple carbohydrates are essentially sugar.
It's funny because I'll meet in shape people with diabetes or have friends that are in shape and have diabetes, and you're just like, oh, type 1. They're always like, yeah, type 1. But then when it's a fat guy, I never ask
it's
the type.
2.
Yeah,
it's type 2.
Type 2.
I don't think you can. I mean, I feel like type 1 diabetes might be a kind of a hack now.
Yeah,
I mean, that is what everyone's doing. They're shooting up Ozempic all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, it's essentially
point.
Just pretending to have diabetes. They're just shooting up insulin to pretend to be diabetic so they're not hungry.
Yeah.
Because when your blood sugar's really high, I don't think you're hungry.
So you give yourself insulin to stop your body from wanting? Or it's just to balance your blood sugar?
Well, no, Ozempic's different from insulin. Insulin's like the actual thing that your pancreas secretes in order to process the sugar in your blood. But diabetics don't have that. They don't produce insulin, so they need to inject insulin separately.
I would love to see our diabetes rates for other countries.
It's gonna be 1,000 to 1.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
I mean, you go to fucking
like imagine like the Netherlands.
Yeah,
like,
no, and they're like, what is that? I don't even know.
Well, so you ate too many waffles?
Oh, did they have too many waffles?
Too many waffles?
I mean, I think a Norwegian would probably go through their life and not even know they had type 1.
Yeah.
They're like, I only eat fish and onion. So how would they even know they got type 1?
Yeah.
I eat nothing but rye bread and tomato.
Yes.
And you're like, yeah, I guess you're fine. I have dill salad and cream every morning. You're like, I guess that's not really that bad for you.
No.
The Scandinavian foods, a lot of people give people England food. I think Scandinavian's got to be the freakiest.
Oh, yeah, I was watching Bourdain when I was on my big Bourdain. I go on a Bourdain binge like once a year.
His shows are so good.
I love him.
I love the shows. I never read the book. I heard he's like a real dickhead in the book, though.
Yeah?
It's kind of like the genesis of badass chef mode.
Yeah.
Like the sad drawing by Jace or whatever,
For
badass
sure.
chef
Yeah.
mode. It's like, yeah, so I think he's kind of the first guy to popularize that because he wrote that book in like the 80s or 90s.
For sure.
And he's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. If you're late, I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
I have a fork on my forearm, and I have a knife on my balls. And you're like, yeah, fucking rock and roll.
You have to like give it, if you like him, you have to give it like the Cosby defense where you're like, at the time, that wasn't gay.
Yeah, it was actually cool.
It was actually cool at the time.
Yeah.
This was 1994.
What Cosby was doing was cool.
Yeah.
That shit was badass.
In the 70s, he was a player.
Yeah, like, honestly, no one even had those kinds of access to those kinds of drugs back then. So he was kind of like a renegade.
Yeah, people thought he was a chemist.
Cosby, but yeah, but like, where'd he get it? Where'd he even get that stuff?
Man, this guy's always got the hookup.
What were you saying about Scandinavian food? It just looks crazy, right? It's like a pickled herring and a raw onion.
The weirdest ones are always when he goes to Scandinavia.
Yeah.
To me. Because Autumn's Filipino, so she's gotten me on the way, and I lived in a Filipino neighborhood, so they eat the heads off of stuff, and I used to drink this eat this blood sauce soup.
Yeah.
It was just pig blood soup.
Yeah, well,
it was
blood's
really
really
good.
common and stuff. A lot of people, blood sausage.
So that stuff doesn't throw me off. It's a Scandinavian. It's all weird fishes.
Yeah, it's like small fish, small bony pickled
Creepy,
fish.
pickly fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like funky, farty. Like a lot of it's fermented too because they need to store whatever because they don't really have like because it's so cold. They're not growing a lot.
People shit on Eastern European food too much, I think.
I love like an Eastern European food.
Polish food's great.
I mean, all that stuff kind of blends in. I don't know. I can tell you the difference between like Romanian and Polish.
I think it's good though.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I also probably like Scandinavian food, but I just think it's funny that everyone's like, oh, the British have the worst food ever. And I'm like, look at Norway. That's gotta be worse.
Yeah.
And they have no black people.
Dude, when I was in Scotland, we ate haggis. Phenomenal.
Yeah, I bet it's pretty good.
It was great.
What, sheep's bladder?
Something like that.
Yeah, sheep's bladder with like organs in the middle.
It was great.
Yeah. I'm sure it's good.
It was good.
I don't know. I mean, I'm also like not a picky eater. I'll eat anything.
Yeah.
We've railed on it before, but picky eaters you gotta just stop doing that.
No, it annoys the hell out of me.
You gotta stop doing that. And now they have like full blown. They're like diagnosed it now.
Oh yeah, you told me this.
They call it ARFID. It's like autistic resistance to food or something like that.
Just being an 8-year-old.
Just being like chicken nugget hamburger. He has chicken nugget hamburger disease, so we can't take him to Indian restaurants. He only gets the rice. And we asked him, no cardamom in the rice, please. Just plain rice. He says the grains are too long at Indian restaurants. No, I mean, I'm like, this is such like that's what makes me go, what is going on with the vaccines? No, what is going on? What's going on
with the jab?
What's in the atmosphere? What's on TV? What are we doing to the babies that is making them not only eat chicken nugget hamburger? Because I'm like, dude, you can't be you couldn't last less than 100 years ago. You would have died.
People are just eating addictive garbage, and then they're so addicted to it, I think that they can't eat anything else. It's like their taste buds don't develop because they probably just eat that addictive, sugary,
right.
salty
I'm like,
food.
Did your mother just feed you French fries from the ages of 0 to 12, and now you can't eat anything but French fries?
I think definitely. When I was a baby, my mom said that the first 2 years I was born, she like took off work, alive, and she took off work, and she would feed me like green beans, sweet potatoes, all this healthy food because she wanted me to be healthy.
Yeah.
And then she went back to work. She's a lawyer. So she went back, and then she got me a babysitter. The babysitter was
of course.
Nice lady, but not,
health conscious.
Not health conscious. So she would give me, PB&Js, Dunkaroos, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I could never get you back.
That makes sense.
Like as a kid, she's like, I can never get you back.
That totally makes sense.
Then you just didn't, then you're like, why would I eat green beans?
Yeah, they're gross.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally.
I want grilled cheese.
I want grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. But I don't know. I guess my parents were pretty insistent that I eat like a bunch of different food.
Yeah, there's no people, there's no like Ethiopians,
right,
that have like this food avoidance thing.
No
way.
They die.
Yes,
they would just die. They'd be like, okay, well, fucking, Gunta over there, he doesn't like fufu.
Yeah.
He doesn't like, the stewed ox brains we're having. So now he's dead.
Their version of that is like Kunta can only eat with a fork. And
oh my God, this fucking guy.
Jesus Christ, fucking
this guy
prima
sucks.
donna.
This guy stinks. We had to fucking whittle him a fork.
Yeah. Spent 4 days making this guy spoons. Fucking too good to eat with his hands.
Have you seen that guy in Africa that's afraid of women?
No.
He built like a little fortress in his village. And he said he's terrified of women. So he doesn't leave his fortress and he just stays inside the fortress and people feed him through a slot.
That's so funny.
He's got a wooden fence around his little house. He's just got this little house in the village and it's got this big ass fucking giant wooden fence around it so that no women so he can't see any women.
He just builds himself an Xbox.
Yeah. He's mining underneath his house for cobalt to make to make video games.
Yeah. He dug up fucking lithium.
He's just fucking forging silicon into processors. Dude, good for him, dude.
So yeah, he built himself this mud hut. It took him 3 years, and now I guess all he does in there is draw manga.
I guess he just jacks off to anime bitches.
I guess he draws his own hentai.
Yeah,
it's weird.
He's afraid of real girls, but he loves anime.
Yeah,
bitches.
that old He's a weird guy.
Bing bong. Yeah, no, dude, he's living his best life, dude.
That guy rules.
He's living his best life, man.
I was watching this Chinese guy make a drum.
Yeah.
It's like this guy lives in the mountains of China.
Yeah.
And his wife is like, I guess, an Italian chick. Autumn was telling me.
Interesting.
But she films his like ASMR videos, and he just makes like ASMR building videos.
Yeah.
And he just built this giant drum. It was awesome.
Like a drum, like boom, boom,
Yeah.
like a instrument.
Yeah, he like killed 2 cows.
Whoa.
And then whatever you call it, like cured the cow hides.
Yeah.
And then it was, showed him scraping. He pours all the stuff
he
on
did
it.
all the
He rolls it
fat
up
and
and
the
he dries
lye
it.
and
Yeah.
the-
And then he ties it down, and then he bangs in all these nails. He has all this wood, and he creates this natural adhesive, and then he cuts the wood, and then he sticks the pieces together, and he makes them rounded.
Yeah,
and
it's crazy.
It's like a 10-minute video of him just building a drum, and the whole thing is like ASMR. I locked into it.
No, that stuff's like designed for the male brain.
It's
I get those
amazing.
all the time. It's Chinese guy. A lot of them are fake though. Well, not fake, but it's like Chinese propaganda. It's like they pay some guy to like do traditional Chinese things. And, like, they're on this, like, big set that's, like, looks like an old Chinese village, and he, like, dresses really old. And I'm, like, so ignorant, I thought, oh, man, some Chinese guy in the woods got an iPhone.
Just because they know it's beautiful?
It's, like, cultural reverence.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, look at beautiful Chinese culture. Look at these ancient technologies we have. Look how, like, cool we are. Like, we know how to make fucking dye.
Yeah.
Like, it's a guy, like, picking fucking the right weird little berries and he's crushing snail shells and turning it into dye. Like, no one's doing that really. Maybe somewhere, but it's really just a way of Chinese people being like, look, aren't we like culturally geniuses? Like, we're so smart. We thought we
Got
know.
to real China. It's like they're working in cubicles and choking on smog.
Yeah, exactly, dude. They're just choking
Just
on
inhaling
smog.
smog.
They're eating like like radioactive chicken. They're they're just like a petri dish for
Yes.
every world fucking catastrophe.
They're inhaling air pollution and eating a green Whopper.
Yeah, dude. They're just farting out smog and drinking like fucking silkworm wine.
Building PlayStation controllers on an assembly line.
Yeah, exactly, dude. They're working in the what is it, the Weiwu phone or whatever it's called. They're working in that factory, just inhaling silicon particles that are going to give them emphysema at 28.
That's probably an acting gig over there. Like
Yeah,
for
it
them,
is.
it's probably an acting gig to be in the fake ASMR video.
Yeah, it is.
The ASMR propaganda
Because this
gigs.
gets very high quality production. It looks gorgeous.
This was shot on like an FX6.
Yeah.
This was shot on like an RE, like a cinematic.
You can
camera.
tell it's very nice.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it's like his whole job. That's all he does. There's no money in actually making a drum. You have to film yourself. In order for it to be a commodity, you have to make it a performance.
Yeah.
There's no money in making silken tofu from scratch.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that. I was like, why is the guy? why is this shot like No Country for Old Men?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's like because he does the same thing that Logan Paul does.
Yeah,
Because it's the same job. It's just different, meat and potatoes, but fundamentally he's a content creator.
yeah.
You got to subscribe to his Patreon, and you can watch him make 2 drums.
Logan Paul filmed his dead cousin. He's like, it's pretty good business. I
Yeah,
gotta
so
get on,
he's
get in
like,
on this.
I should make drums. Yeah. Just the Suicide Forest has to be one of the most the dumbest thing that's ever been made. I mean, good for him.
What, Logan or the forest in general?
No, the forest is cool.
Yeah.
But no, it's not cool. But it's no, just like he's like, "What's up, guys?" It's still so funny to
Yeah.
me. It's almost like something like an edgy like sketch maker would make.
Yeah.
What's up, suicide heads?
Yeah, it really is. There's a Sam Hyde quality.
Yeah, right. It is.
Are you feeling depressed? Isolated? Come to the Suicide Forest.
What's up? And then it's like too fast of walking through the
Yeah.
whoa, just soy facing, looking at. Oh, yeah. It's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, I think in retrospect, we're going to look back on it. We were a little too harsh on him for that.
I agree.
Because now everything is that.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, what's going to happen in, like, 11 years when President Hawk Tua is openly filming dead guys?
When President Haley Welch Pookie for VP.
Yeah. When God Emperor Matt Rife is openly shooting vlogs with dead bodies, we're going to be like, we were a little
He
tough
can
on
turn
Logan.
people into stone with his light skin stare.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Shoutout? What's good with you? What's good with you, though? Y'all fucking? And then you just turn into a fucking statue.
I sent you a video of a guy. I think it was a picture or video of a guy someone we knew just doing full light skin face.
Yeah.
The other day.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is insane.
What's up? What's good with you? What's good with you? Ah. What's up, shawty? Do you think if we were more handsome or in that vein of handsomeness, we'd be doing the same thing? How different would our brains be if we were just like 6'3" and just like
If I was as
lean,
hot as the guy I
jacked?
sent you.
How different would you be? I think I'd make a lot more money. I think I'd have like double the income I have right now. I'd be hitting 6 figs.
Would you be doing stand up? Probably not, right? But a lot of them do now.
Yeah, but they all do it.
They'll do comedy now.
Comedy. I'd be great. I'd be so good.
No, I've always said getting fat. I didn't
Bad
get real
career
good.
move.
Well, yes, it's really a double-edged sword. It's hard.
Yeah,
I have a lot of
it's a double-stuffed
cognitive
Oreo.
dissonance about it because it's like getting fat was a bad career move, but it also is the only reason I got good at stand-up.
Well, it's also it is
My
good
material
and bad.
didn't get good till I got fat.
Yeah, but I think that's true though. Is like, but we're not. Thankfully, when neither of us, you have short, you have short, and I have ginger.
Yeah,
So there's a hard limit.
yeah.
There's a hard limit to how attractive we can be.
Yeah, I thought that the other day about like because I'm trying to get in shape, and I'm like, even if I got in really good shape, I'm still tiny.
Yeah, what are you like 5'6"?
What are you gonna be like, dude? This guy, Autumn thinks it's so funny that you thought she and I were the same height. You thought me and Nate
Well,
were
she
the same
carries
height.
herself very tall. She's an elegance to her.
That's I want to say thank you. That's a compliment. But deep down,
she has
dude,
like a almost regal quality where you go, what is she, 5'10"? 5'9"?
I do not have a regal quality. No,
No, you have a
you have
a begging for bread quality, dude. You have a hunchback walking into the king.
Whatever the opposite of elegance is what I carry myself with for sure. Just
awkwardness?
screaming 2 feet above
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
Just
It's-
close to the ground, yelling upwards.
Right.
Really, my mother.
Yeah, petulant.
Yeah. Yappy. Yappy. All these people speaking Japanese, dude. I was
dude.
the OG.
You were born in the
Yeah, I pioneered the language.
Yeah, dude.
Japanese.
You're come from a long line of
Yes.
yappers.
Yeah, I come from 5 generations
Dude,
of yappers.
my fucking dude, we're big time yappers.
Yeah,
My
your family?
Well, we just got big mouths, dude.
Yeah.
We just mouth off. One time, like, my mom is like classic. I love my mom dearly, but I understand why. My sister gets very like self-conscious in places because my mom is like quick to kind of Karen-ish. Nah, I don't want to call my mom a K word. She's not a K word. She's a lovely woman.
But she's got some K-word qualities.
She has like customer service kung fu a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Where I look at it, and I always benefited from it. So I don't have as negative a thing about it.
Being a Karen.
The food comes out wrong. She's saying something.
Yeah.
She's saying something, and she's going to go, I wanted this. This is what I got. Like, it's okay. Like, she's going to hit you with that. But she's always going to let you know if something's fucked up.
Autumn's different. Autumn does that, but she's without the passive aggressiveness.
Yeah.
She's just very to the point. She goes, I asked for no cheese, and this has cheese on it. Mm-hmm. And then the conversation ends. Her part of the conversation ends there.
Yeah.
It gives me deep anxiety.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not good at stuff like that. You'd think I'd be more confrontational. I'm not good at stuff like that. There's a weird crossover of it's where I have a lot of rage, but I'm also like a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And this crosses in this place.
That's understandable.
Also, I'm not a hot chick, so I never just thought everything should be the way I want it to be.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
I do. I have like, when I go to a restaurant, I turn into a hot chick.
It's probably the best way to be. You are paying for the food.
I'm paying for the food, and I also don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting for the right order. I'm not going to be pushy. I'm just going to go, hey, like, I wanted butter chicken. This is a lamb vindaloo.
I'm super impatient, and I go too long between meals. I'm usually starving. If I'm
yeah.
So I want it. I'll take the wrong thing now
That's
over the right
way
thing
to
in
be.
15 minutes.
That's the thing is so hard about, like I've been trying to eat better, too, and the hardest thing genuinely is, like, I need to wait until I am hungry.
Yeah.
Like, because I have such a food semi-addiction, you know?
So you bored snack?
Bored snack. I also just enjoy eating as an activity. It's fun. It's, like, fun to me. It's like, some people are like, you know, it's the guy who's like, I'll have a beer.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that. I'll have a beer energy for, like, well, I'll fucking throw out a couple cookies. Who gives a shit? It's, like, fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, I try to do that in the morning. I'm like, I'm not hungry in the morning generally, but I like to wake up and be like, I'm going to fucking make something fun. I'm going to have, like, a fucking bacon, egg, and cheese from scratch that I make. I'm not, like, starving. I don't need a bacon, egg, and cheese by any means.
Yeah.
But I got all the stuff.
Yeah, this is me with booze.
And I make a nice soft scramble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my thing with beers. Every time I do it, I'm going to like it. And it makes every activity more fun or gives me an activity when I don't have one.
Right. That's the big one for me is give me
Ice
an
cold
activity
beer.
when I don't have one.
Yeah.
Like, the other day I was, like, kind of bored and listless, and, like, I had things to do, but I didn't want to do any of them, so I made an extravagant meal. Sometimes I'll just spend, like, 4 hours making something, because it's, like, it occupies me, there's, like, a reward at the end of it, there's, like, purpose and meaning. Like, I made a quiche, dude. I made bomb-ash quiche.
Yeah, the quiche look good.
Quiche is so damn good, dude. Crushing quiche.
What kind of quiche?
Ham, mushrooms, onions.
Sounds great.
Really good.
Nice.
So, and garlic, lots of garlic.
Nice.
And a shit ton of sharp cheddar.
Yeah.
And because I had heavy whipping cream, and what do you use heavy whipping cream for? There's nothing, like, no part of my life requires heavy whipping cream except for, like, I'll make a dessert randomly. But you make a quiche.
With heavy whipping cream?
Yeah, you got to use heavy whipping cream.
How?
It's eggs. You whip it into the egg like scrambled eggs.
Okay.
And then you basically make like a big scrambled egg thing. Just has heavy whipped cream, like 6 eggs, whatever fixings you want in there. Put it in a pie crust. That's quiche. You got a quiche, baby. now you got a quiche, baby.
I would never do this in my entire life.
So good. Well, I made a pie from scratch, but you make a double recipe for the dough. So I had this leftover dough. So homemade pie dough on the quiche.
Wow.
Really good.
Sounds great.
Really fucking good. It's so decadent, though. You can have, like, one slice, and you're like, this is a whole meal.
Yeah.
Because you're eating basically 1.5 eggs and, like, a quarter cup of cream. So you're like, oh, man.
Just the worst shits of all time.
No, dude, terrible, terrible dumps. Yeah, quiche is not... I did that in a kale salad. I think that's a pretty healthy.
Yeah.
One slice quiche, kale salad.
I'm the other way with eating where it's like the opposite version of the same level of autism. Mm-hmm. I've just been walking around my apartment with a bag of carrots.
Oh, yeah, that's what I do.
Eating them.
That's what I do to curb the, bored eating.
Yeah.
So I have a big bag of celery sticks and baby carrots.
Yeah.
It also helps with the dumps. Makes a nice dump.
Dude, I have been, like, experimenting with my dumps like a scientist.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, my dumps are shitty. It's like, if I just eat carrots the next 3 days, I'll take some nice dumps. I almost look forward to my shits
Dude,
now.
the insoluble fiber, if you're just slamming it.
Yeah.
I'm doing kale salads. I'm doing celery sticks. I'm doing baby carrots.
Great.
Great dumps.
You want a solid dump.
Perfect dumps.
I hate and I had a couple, like, half. I never really get fully constipated, but half constipated dumps where I'm like, this is taking too long and it's annoying me.
Yeah.
And where you think you're done and you're like, I gotta go back.
Yeah, of course, that's the worst.
Gotta double back.
Well, that's what, after Boston, shouts out to everyone who came in Boston. I don't think anyone did, but it's okay. But, honestly, but, so fucking, I drank there, which was sick. I've been not drinking until I, like, have a reason. Going to, like, Boston to drink was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable fun. Like, what did we do? We went to,
the
like...
TAM?
Went to the TAM. We went to, like, Harvard Square area and
Right.
had some beers and ice cream and shit.
It's awesome.
And then we went to, like, the wharf and looked at the water. I was smoking cigarettes, looking at the water. Fucking awesome.
Killer.
So good.
And for a Foster Wallace fan like yourself.
Oh, yeah. That's where IJ takes place. It's Infield, Mass, which I think is a made-up place. I don't think
I don't think it exists.
Yeah, but they talk about Cambridge a lot.
Nice.
Just right there.
There's so many towns in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I don't even know.
There's
like, is
1,000
Cambridge not Boston? I'm like,
No.
it's a fucking... I could
It's
walk
right
there. It's a mile away.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It's a pre-car logic.
Half the people I knew lived in Cambridge or Somerville. And
Right.
it's like,
Yeah, I was fucking with the people in Cambridge. That was fun. We did a show we did a show in Cambridge, and I was like, oh, we're like right between Harvard and MIT. Like, who went to Harvard? And no one claps. And I was like, who went to MIT? And no one claps. So I was like, okay, so a bunch of fucking dumbasses here tonight. Here, let me do some comedy, you guys. Like, orange. Orange is funny. So we're just talking to them like they're fucking retarded. Yeah, they're very liberal.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting.
Oh, they ramp it up there. It's similar to New York.
Yeah, it's not as bad, though.
No.
Because they're smarter.
Yep.
It's like not smarter, but they're more worldly. They're less like people in New York feel like incubated, like they grew up in a glass dome, you know, and they never saw anything actually happen ever.
Yeah. Well, in New York, there's so much money that it makes them retarded.
Yeah, the insulating force of money is like palpable in New York. Whereas in Boston, I just thought like, oh, these kids who went to like Emerson. Like they're smart, they're not like, but they're not old money.
No.
They're like decently smart Northeastern people.
Yeah, and then you go to like Harvard, MIT, you meet those kids, and you're like, these are top tier performing.
Yeah. You go to Harvard, MIT, you're like, oh, they're
Genius.
Indian.
Yeah, they're Asian.
They're just Indian.
They're Chinese.
People. Dude, it was all Chinese and Indian.
Yeah.
I thought there's something so funny about that.
What's funny is that like
it's like they're not even like Indian kids from Dallas. They're Indian. They're from India.
Yes.
I'm like, we can't be doing this. I was like, part of me was like, we can't be doing this.
Well, affirmative action works against Asians because they're so good that it. So
I guess you should allow international students, but I'm like, dude, it was deep.
Yeah.
It was deep.
Well, the funniest part about it is it's harder for them to get into schools than it is for us, for whites. And still, the best schools are 70% Asian. Which, how much better than us are they?
They're so much better.
Like, they're working at a deficit and still most of
crushing us.
Wiping the floor with us.
Dunking.
Landslide, dude.
Dude, our education system's terrible.
Yeah.
It's actually terrible.
Definitely.
It actually makes me really sad. Because I think about the shit education I got.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think I'm a pretty bright guy. I could have handled something way harder.
Yeah, I was talking to Captain about Florida public schools.
You know, whatever. Maybe that's hubris. I can say that now. But I don't know.
Yeah, I was talking to Captain about Florida public schools.
Oh my God.
It was hilarious.
It's crazy.
He was like telling me that like they spent a month learning about Ponce de Leon. I was like, why?
A month?
Yeah, so it was insane.
We learned so much about Florida history and American history, and it was like the same thing from like middle school through high school.
Yeah.
Like I think I learned about like, what's it called? Reconstruction. I think I learned about it like 3 years in a row.
I distinctly remember us learning about the Revolutionary War for an entire semester, and then the Vietnam War being one paragraph.
Yes!
It was this big.
I remember all that kind of shit, too. It's weird. I mean, that's like propaganda.
For sure.
That's propaganda, but it's also just like, it'd be one thing if it was like, yeah, we're really knowledgeable about the Revolutionary War. It's like, we're not.
Yeah.
We learned the basics of it, and it took us 9 weeks, and it should have taken us a week and a half.
Yeah.
You could have crushed this in 2 weeks.
I think we're way behind on math and science.
We're behind on everything.
Behind on everything.
You mean it like, I know it's like, you know.
And foreign languages.
Foreign language.
We should be learning Chinese.
Yeah, we should be learning Spanish.
Yeah.
Like actually learning Spanish. You should learn it from kindergarten and it should get harder as you get to high school.
I did learn it from maybe second grade, first grade or second grade throughout all of high school. And I didn't know. I learned way more in 2 years of waiting tables in New York. Like, I was able to speak it like that.
Yeah.
And I know it's different being around Spanish-speaking people, but there's got to be a better way to do it. I
Dude,
mean,
well,
the
kids in fucking, kids in, the Netherlands speak perfect English.
Yeah.
They speak perfect English because they learn English from, like, birth. But their parents don't speak English. No one around them is speaking English. Everyone, they all speak Dutch.
Yeah.
But they just know English perfectly because they learn it from 0 to 18. It's like, that's what everyone should be doing with something. Can we pick something? Do fucking Spanish. There's enough fucking immigrants to this goddamn country.
Yeah.
That, the Spanish population's like booming.
Yeah.
There's certain areas in Austin where if you don't speak Spanish, it's hard to get around.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, everyone here is Mexican.
The Mexican spot in my neighborhood where when I go to it, I'm like, I'm really the only English speaker here.
Right. And that's the best shit.
Yeah.
That's the best
so
shit.
good.
This is the best shit.
It's amazing.
The Mexican restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta let me know.
I will. It's great.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Quesadilla is unreal.
Nice.
Burritos
That sounds
are
great. Yeah, no, I want like a sit-down, eat Tex-Mex-y good place.
This is like a sit-down-y. It's Tex-Mex-y, but it's pretty Mexican. There's more Mex than Tex.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
When they like cater to you a little bit, but not all the way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've never had that like intestine soup. That's what's it called? Menudo?
Menudo? Oh, Autumn eats it like twice a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never had it. It's good.
Great.
Yeah, I've never had
You
it.
should get it from One in a Million.
Okay.
It's so good.
Yeah, everyone I want in a million is getting. All the Mexicans are eating menudo there,
Yeah.
and I'm like, cheesy egg, please.
Yeah, me too. Cheesy sausage eggs.
Can I have cheesy sausage egg, please? Thank you.
And a Diet Coke?
And oh, dude, have you ever had the breakfast con queso?
No.
It's the most fat, retarded thing that I love so much.
It's just breakfast with queso all over it?
You nailed it. Well, it's like Mexican breakfast, so it's like chorizo or some kind of meat thing, and then 2 eggs, however you like them, refried bean, rice,
Yeah.
and they just ladle queso over the eggs.
So funny.
So fucking good. Side of tortillas, oh my god,
It's so unnecessary.
so goddamn good.
I get the chorizo and eggs.
Yeah,
They're so
great.
good. They come with potatoes and refried beans.
Dude, the special there is crazy good. The one the pile of potatoes, potato pile. Have you had the potato pile?
I don't think so.
I think it's called something stupid. It's like elefe or something. Yeah, it's like
Tatas gordas.
yeah, it's like fat fuck. It's called the ay cabrón, this fucker.
Chubby retard.
It's called the big fat fuck. It's called, yeah, but it's just potatoes, eggs, and bacon in a big pile.
Sounds awesome.
That's all it is. And then they give you tortillas, and it's like literally the base price is like $6.50.
It's amazing.
And then 50 cents or something a tortilla on the side, and you get like 3 tortillas. You're dropping $8.
We ordered One in a Million for a football Sunday, and then the next one I got a pizza, and I was like, we should have just went to One in a Million again.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
true.
Because football here is at noon.
Yeah,
So I've been up since like 10. It's still in a breakfast
window. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I do kind of love football at noon.
Me too.
I kind of love football at noon.
Yeah, I'm settled in. Like the night game is at 7 something.
Yeah,
It's great.
I
don't
kind
have
of
a
wake
show-
up, stretch out. Maybe for 45 minutes I've been awake. Sometimes I'll wake up. Like on Sundays, I do try to get up a little earlier. Like today, I woke up at fucking noon. But I watched the baseball highlights. I was kind of bummed I couldn't watch it yesterday, but it's fine.
What were you doing?
Dude, we went to a concert. It was sick as fuck.
Who are these Asians?
Atarashii Gakko.
What's that?
They're 4 like Japanese girls.
Go on.
Your fucking WAP mind couldn't
Go
handle
no.
it.
Look,
It would
you're
explode.
already insulting me.
It's like
haven't even
that meme.
described
It's
it.
like if you showed a Victorian child, like if you gave them Mountain Dew. That's what Atarashii Gakko is.
I'm
to
the
you.
Victorian child.
You're the Victorian child.
And this is the
You'd
Mountain
be like,
Dew.
"What the fuck is this, dude?
Tell me about-
What are they doing?"
No, tell me about the Tamagotchi
It's
twins. Or whatever
so
you're talking
sick,
about.
dude. Atarashii Gakko.
What do they do?
They sing and rap, and they're really good.
Okay.
And they have insane choreography. They're kind of like, dude, speaking of Japanese people, just Asians crushing us.
Yeah.
In terms of performance art, like all this stuff with K-pop and J-pop and all this shit is way better than anything Americans are churning out. Chappell Roan, suck a cock.
Oh, dude, by the way,
Sabrina Carpenter, lick my ass.
Yeah.
You are bad. Go watch Atarashii Gakko.
the other day I was just kind of in a grumpy mood, and I just texted Autumn, and I said, Chappell Roan's a Get this bitch out of my face. Get her out of my face. I've had enough
You know what she
already.
is? I realized what she is. It's such perfect marketing. And I don't know how much of it is like constructed. A lot of it's constructed, I understand, in a normal music business way, but how much is this is like in a layer somewhere someone drew her up on a fucking schematic,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, she's just blackfacing drag queens, right?
She's blackfacing drag queens, but every fucking gay girl loves drag. Like, you can't even fucking, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Every fucking bisexual girl is like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
They, drag queens take from the black women to drag queen to white girl. It's
Brutal.
That's the line.
Gets
And
so
then-
much shittier as you go.
You're like, black women, sick, cool. Drag queen, okay, yeah, sure, it's fine, I guess. Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, bisexual white girl.
Oh, damn, now you made it not fun
It's
at
like,
all.
wah, wah.
Yeah. So what do you think she's doing? What's the master plan?
So the master plan is, so she's like not good looking.
Yeah.
She's not ugly. She's a very average, plain-looking girl, and she has this moniker that's Midwest Princess or something like that, Midwest Darling or something like that. So even that is sort of a self-own, Midwest Princess. It's like, yeah, she's a Kentucky 8, whatever,
Yeah.
She's an Ohio 10. But so she's an Ohio 10, and so you have that. So she's not, because we're looking through the female gaze so often at pop stars, it's devolved from like beauty queen, where it was like, it used to be 12-year-old girl wants to be beautiful, right? So you have Britney Spears, who's like 16 and twerking,
Yes.
and you're like, okay. And then now it's become bisexual Midwestern. So you're looking at, through the 13-year-old girl, so she's not intimidating. She's like me. It's a mirror. It's like a true mirror on the culture.
Yes.
Of mid, bisexual, and annoying.
But they also think she's interesting, and they desperately
because
yearn
they
to
see
be
themselves. It's like, why, it's not, I'm not saying I don't do this with certain celebrities. You look at a fucking, I'm trying to think of an example, but you look like a Will Ferrell or whatever it is. You're like, oh, that could be, that's me. Or maybe not Will Ferrell is a good example, but like podcasters and shit, dude.
Yeah.
You just fucking,
the parasocial.
The parasocial thing is definitely bigger. So what happens when you become more parasocial versus just like cool celebrity, hot celebrity, I wish I could be that, becomes I am that. That's nice.
Yeah.
So she is that. She's the mid bisexual girl who's kind of annoying. It's like, how marketable is that? Have you seen the dance? The dance that goes to Hot to Go is bad. It's a bad dance. That's part of it. It's shtick. It's ironic. It's camp.
Yeah.
That has become like mainstream.
Yeah,
which is also just stealing from drag queens.
And she's also kind of sniping some of Taylor Swift's audience. It's got to be similar.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of crossover with Taylor Swift's audience, but what she is like an altier Taylor Swift. It's like Taylor Swift never packaged herself as cool, really.
No.
Taylor Swift was more like empowering or like boss bitch, but it wasn't like, I'm a cool, like I smoke cigarettes and I'm cool.
Yeah.
Whereas like, I think Chappell Roan is trying to be cool.
Dude, I went nuts the other day about, I know you like her. I don't have a problem with the woman or her work. It's just the community she belongs to or inspires. The Charli XCX.
Yeah.
We've talked about this.
No, she's the Rick and Morty of pop music.
Dude, those people.
Yeah. The Brad Summer thing, it's annoying.
Dude, and the ones I know in New York.
Yeah.
We know
New York, yeah.
Dude, we know a chick who is a lawyer. Like a corporate lawyer. She's a successful lawyer. You don't know her. I know her. I know a girl that's a lawyer. And she is on TikTok. She's crafted a personality for herself. And it's all like
via the brat thing.
Charli XCX or like Dasha Nekrasova based. Yeah. And it annoys me to know. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm also like, this person's not trying to be famous. It's cringe as hell if you're trying to be famous doing that. This person's not even.
Yeah.
So you just want me and like
to think you're cool.
200 other people that are your friends or acquaintances to know that
you're
like,
into Red Scare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To know that you like just wear a lacy bra out and like dye part of your hair silver and like do ironic karaoke. Like she was doing.
But she's
karaoke.
a corporate lawyer.
Yeah, she's a corporate lawyer.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is insane.
She's just like defending like, the modern Enron.
Yeah.
she just works for Meta.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're like destroying the country.
Well, I love the like perverse irony of like, you are so desperate to be interesting and you are now deeply uninteresting because you dress and act, use the same.
Because you reflect, because you're just a mirror, you're not
everyone around
filter.
you dresses the same, their hair looks just like yours, they use the same vernacular.
Yeah, but I almost wonder, I don't even think it's to be interesting. Maybe it's to feel interesting, maybe, but it's also like, it's the same reason, it's like kind of when dudes do like weird things for pussy, you paint your nails for pussy or whatever it is. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's more like I want to belong to it's more about belonging. It's more about branding and cultifying yourself than it is about like sticking out.
None
in
of
any
my
real
friends pick a identity that transparently though.
Maybe. Yeah.
I know guys who are like fully like Nelk boy broed out. They're not my friends.
Yeah.
But they're fully like Zenoritas.
Yeah.
Oh, Saturdays.
But those are but the reason these brands exist and are popular is because they are good at taking because there's a fundamental anxiety in people about belonging, and they satiate that need.
Yeah.
With with a look, with it's a brand. It's fundamentally a brand.
Yeah.
It's where God used to be in our culture.
Yeah, for sure. It would annoy me so much less if she was just deeply Christian.
Yeah.
It wouldn't annoy me at all, actually.
It would annoy me if you're deeply Christian.
It would be a little weird. But it wouldn't be as annoying. I actually think it wouldn't be as annoying.
If she didn't talk about it.
Now it would feel,
if she yapped about Christianity constantly, you'd be like, shut up.
Yeah.
If she was just trying
but
to
I barely talk to this girl. It's just what she's doing
online.
Is annoying.
But that's another thing is like these profiles people cultivate online they're not the person you interact with, of course. I mean, that's a tried observation, but they are a part of like our society and like assimilating to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like it just, it reminds me of like that book that I only read part of that Gagnon recommended to us.
Culting of Brands?
Culting of Brands. Did you read it?
Yeah.
So I read like the first 40 pages of it, but I remember like the first chapter, and it was...
Mark will recommend me a book, and it's almost guaranteed I read 48% of it.
Yeah.
I get almost to the halfway point.
And he's like, I've read it 3 times.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't.
And I'm like, I just don't have the interest. And he's like,
I just
so
can't
into it.
learn about the origin of Airbnb for any more pages.
Yeah.
I can't spend any more pages on Travis Kalanick.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, dude. He's a different breed.
Yeah, Mark could read 10,000 pages about venture capitalist demons.
Yeah, he's good at it.
He is.
But so I read the first 40 pages of that, but it talks about like identifying with cults is a way, paradoxically, to express your individualism. So I think that's what you're kind of noticing.
Yeah.
And you're going, don't you understand that being a part of a cult is not...
That's perfectly said.
Well, it's from the book. I just totally ripped it.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, like, that describes exactly how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I'm like, you think you're interesting because you dress like this and act like this and talk like this. So does everybody who lives in your fucking gay-ass neighborhood.
Right, exactly.
Fuck that.
But the point is less so to tell anyone else who's outside of the group, hey, I'm a shining individual. It's more about in-group interaction. It's more about her friend who's also saying Brad Summer goes, oh, yes, queen, go off.
Yeah, but what I don't like about it, too, is that, like, it doesn't feel like I'm talking to a person. Like, a person just goes, hey, man, Dan.
Yeah.
I go, hey, how's it going, Dan? Nice to meet you. Not like you're coming in with an image you've constructed
cultivated
for me. Yeah.
Well, everyone does that, but I think
but they're doing it so overtly.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
It's so aggressive.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's generally people with like weaker senses of self tend to do that.
Yeah.
That's why like cults. That's why there's like that through line of cults is like when you have someone who has like a sensitive sense of identity for whatever reason that is. There's a million reasons why they're like that. That's why they end up in fucking Waco.
Yeah.
It's because they don't know who they are.
For sure.
It's not because, and no one knows who they are, obviously. That's a human problem. It's a, what's the word? Human condition problem. Everyone has that. That's why brands work. That's why cults work.
Yeah.
It's because, you just want that for whatever reason. I mean, I think about ourselves. I think about myself. I'm like, what am I doing that's that? I think there's comedian stuff we do or do or talk or, you know what I mean? There's industry talk. There's jargon. There's, talking.
Yeah, but the version of us that would be what that person's doing that's annoying me would be like, I'm just a road dog. Would you meet guys like this? I'm a road dog, another day on the road. You know, yeah, I had to eat Cracker Barrel and I slept in a fucking Motel 6.
I hate those guys.
I was sleeping in a Red Roof Inn last night, $40. There were roaches in the bed. I got paid $800. I live in my van.
Yeah.
Like that. That's like the comedian version.
You go, hey, man, that all that sucks.
Yeah. You're also like, what is it, 1989?
Yeah, it's not going to ever work.
Make a TikTok.
Do a dance.
Do a dance.
Yeah. I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored.
Yeah, you'll avoid the Red Roof Inn forever if you do that.
If you made if you did the the blinding lights dance, you'd be fine. Yeah, no, I mean all that stuff is just people trying to cultivate an image. It's an unfortunate thing. You have to cultivate an image now. That's so broad. Because you used to have to cultivate an image to, like, your family and, like, a town.
Yeah.
Now you have to do it to, like, thousands of people online. Even if you're not famous at all. If you're a realtor, you have to be, I mean, realtor's a bad example. They have to be, like, TikTok stars.
Yeah.
But even if you're just, like you said, like a corporate lawyer, there's still pressure. There's still social pressure.
Social pressure, yeah, but it doesn't affect her job at all.
No.
Like, you should just be a corporate lawyer.
But that's only her job. That's only like a quarter of her life.
Yeah.
The rest of her life is like romance and friends and socializing and all these things.
Yeah.
So she has to make that for that reason. I always think about that, like, what would I be like if I didn't have comedy? What would my Instagram look like if I didn't have comedy? I'd probably have a private Instagram with 200 followers.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's what my friends have.
That's what I would do.
None of my friends give a shit about social media.
Right.
Like 5 of them don't have social media.
Which is a male thing, too.
Yeah.
Women care a lot more about social media.
But the chicks I grew up with just post pictures of their newborns and like a
That's a
coffee
big
cup.
thing. Newborn, like that's millennial Instagram.
Yeah, but
newborns and coffee cups.
Yeah, but it's even like they're posting once every month.
Right.
12 posts a year.
Right.
Manageable. They're not on their story like having their boyfriend film them do ironic karaoke.
Yeah.
And then...
But that's like the Gen Z millennial gap there.
Yeah.
Because millennials like got Instagram when they were like 18.
Yeah, there's something more human about being like, went to Starbucks today.
Right.
Than like this whole production to give yourself a personality.
Well, there's this guy I watched, I think you'd like him, a little... weekly recommendation. Carefree Wandering is the name of the YouTube channel.
You were telling me about him.
He was talking about profilicity versus authenticity, and that like millennials, they saw the end of authenticity into the age of profilicity. Like authenticity was like, I'm just going to do what I want. I'm just going to be myself. I'm just going to, I don't give a fuck, that kind of thing. Where now profilicity is like you have to curate an online image.
Yeah.
And the difference between that and authenticity. He's not saying one's better than the other. I honestly think the authenticity thing became really cringe.
Yeah.
It's like, no one's authentic. Shut up.
Yeah.
That's such a lie.
You just see less of it.
What?
I feel like I'm inundated with everybody's
of course.
image of
because it's on our fucking phones constantly.
Yeah.
But, like, have you ever met a person who's, like, branded themselves honest? Like, not in a way that's like, of course we all want to be honest.
Like, tell it like it is?
Tell it like it is, guy, or not even tell it like it is. Like, it's way slimier than that. Like, I don't know, I was at a party one time and I was made a joke about the first month of dating a woman of being like, yeah, you got to put your best foot forward, fucking not show them the bad stuff or something like that. You got to be like a whole different guy. You got to put on your fucking you got to put on your face and smile and buy everything. And
put your male makeup on.
Put your male makeup on. Be a fucking gentleman, whatever the fuck, Be like, I actually love female-driven comedies. Whatever you got to do, you know. And I'm making these jokes, and he goes, I don't do that. I actually try to be honest with women.
Dude, fuck you. Fuck you.
I just wanted gay.
Oh, God,
I wanted to
hate
throttle
that.
him.
That's
I wanted
way
to,
gayer than sucking a dude off.
Dude,
I hate
wanted
that.
to throttle him.
Oh, my God.
And then he got into
I'm
this,
actually honest with women.
Oh, really?
Sorry about that.
And then I was like, dude, first of all, you're lying.
I'm honest with them because I show them who I am because we're dating.
We're equal and I respect them.
Yeah, because they deserve to know who I am as a person.
And I'm like, dude, you're the
Yeah, I don't
gayest.
hide
You're the
things from
gayest
her.
man alive.
Yeah, insanely gay.
And then he went on this thing about polygamy or not polygamy, whatever, polyamory. I'm like, I will kill you.
Yeah.
I will kill you in your sleep. I hate you so
My
much.
wife's 300 pounds and she gets fucked by black guys, and I share everything with her.
He's got red glasses and he's fat. And I'm like, you're such a pussy.
I hate that
You're
so
a
much.
pussy.
Yeah, that would drive me insane.
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about this before, and I don't know how much I am. Like, I'm not some fucking alpha Chad, obviously. But there is part of me that does see, like, guys getting a little just the feminine thing. Like, I'm not good with it. You're the worst guy to talk to about this, but
I'm the best guy to talk to about
I know.
it, depending on how you slice
Because
it.
we agree or something, or whatever little seed of, like, judgment, whatever little hate ball is inside my heart, you're like, yeah, I hate them.
Of course. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm trying to be open. I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be like, yeah, that's fine that he paints his nails.
Yeah.
That's fine. But a part of me is like, why do you do that? Why?
Yeah.
I want to know why you do that. It bothers me.
Yeah.
Which is definitely like myopic and unempathetic, but I'm like, come on.
I think a lot of that for me comes from like I spend so much time doing stand-up and I've like devoted my life to it, and I think about what if I didn't do it, all these nice things that maybe I could be doing. And I certainly wouldn't be curating an image for the public if I wasn't doing this. Like you said, 200 followers, private account. So I'm like, why are you doing this? You don't have to.
Yeah, but
You're
they
a
like
lawyer.
doing it because it's again,
I can't imagine liking doing it.
Right, no, that's what it
I can't
is.
fathom liking doing it.
That's the hard thing is like, I think part of being like a logical, sensitive adult is understanding people do things all the time that I would never, ever do.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like old.
Man, that's
What?
I struggle with that.
It's impossible.
That's not how I.
No, it takes
operate
like
in the
6
world.
thoughts for me to get there.
Yeah.
My first thought is ew.
Yes.
Next one's gay.
Yeah.
Third is why are you doing that?
Yes, I was just gonna. Yeah.
Fourth is what are you trying to get pussy or something?
Yeah.
5 is I mean I guess you can if you want.
Yeah.
And then 6 is like why do I care?
Yes.
Why do I give a fuck? I shouldn't. It affects my life. It does not affect my life in the slightest.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why am I putting all this negative mental energy into it?
No, you're right.
It's definitely because my mother and father were like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they're like, hey, I hate that. And I'm
I
like,
tried to
yeah,
get-
that sucks. I'm 8.
I remember I tried to get like a flat brim hat when I was a kid because I thought it looked cool and I always wanted
Like,
one.
what are you, Puerto Rican or something?
Yeah. Or something like that. My dad was like disappointed in me. My dad was like, "Oh man, why would you wear that?"
Oh my
like,
God.
genuinely,
A hat? Yeah.
He was like, "Oh man," like he was like deeply disappointed and upset. And I never wore it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
just,
so funny.
Whoa,
It's funny.
we were on a vacation in New York. We went to New York. It was my first time ever going to New York City. I'm from Buffalo.
Yeah.
I got a cool guy
with
hat.
no brim.
I was like 11.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh no," to my face.
It's like a travesty.
Yeah,
It's like really something
he was
bad
devastated. The hat devastated him.
happened. Oh no.
He was like, "Oh my, whoa." He was mad at my mom. He was like, "Why did you let him buy? Why would you buy that for him?"
You ever have like core memories like that definitely
That
do
one's
not
seared in there.
seared in there. One I
Seared.
had was, and this is like maybe I don't know, maybe my dad was right, but one time I was going to church or something. We were going to somewhere where I had to dress well, and I tucked my, I was putting on my pants, and my dad saw me and I had tucked my shirt into my underwear.
Hilarious.
And my dad goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Those are the memories that always stay
You
with me.
tucking your shirt into your underwear? He was like, looking at me. He was like, "What do you have, Down syndrome or
No,
something?"
and you're
And I'm like 6, and I'm like, "Wait,
spiraling.
is this bad? Am
Yeah.
I bad, Daddy?"
No, humiliation is seared into my mind.
Oh yeah, that's why we're
That's
like
the
this.
thing that's most seared in my mind. Like, if all these weird little memories that I just come back to all the time, there are
Yeah.
always times I was humiliated.
Oh yeah,
Humiliated.
I'm but I think I was like, I don't know if I think I'm particularly sensitive to it on top. Is like, which is why I think stand-up is so great for me. It's because you conquer embarrassment.
Yeah.
You go, I can't get embarrassed. Look at me. Here's the most embarrassing, the most potentially embarrassing context of a person's life, public speaking. I'm going to do well at it. That's how not embarrassing I am. So I prove every day that when I do stand-up that I'm not an embarrassing person.
That's wild. I never thought of all that.
I think that's what everyone does in stand-up pretty much. That's where they say fundamental insecurity type thing. But I don't even know if that's necessarily insecurity. Because there's plenty of, maybe not. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a secure comedian. There's probably none.
No.
Probably none.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's none. But I think of guys I still have such reverence for them that in my mind I'm like, they must be secure. Like a Norm Macdonald.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like an insecure man.
Yeah, but he was insane.
Yeah.
So if they're not insecure, they're nuts.
Yeah. Sebastian seems like a secure man, but at the same time, it's he's kind of a flailing Italian, But
I know so many Sebastians, none of them are secure.
Oh, that's so funny.
No,
I know so many Sebastians.
I know so many Sebastians. They're not secure.
That's fair.
Nobody that spends 2 hours doing their hair is
that's true. But the WAP grease works on me.
Oh, it does.
I'm like, look at this guy.
It's a nice scene.
I know they look fucking great.
Yeah.
Dude, Sebastian's the funniest man alive.
You don't get your hair cut every week because you feel good about yourself. I'll speak from experience. You don't have fucking pressed vests. You're not pressing your pants.
But it's where's the line, right? It's obviously you can see it transparently when it's someone who's really done up or something, and you're like, oh, the woman who pounds makeup despises her face. It's you understand that pretty much instantly.
Yeah.
But everybody does that. Everybody's hiding it. Everybody's,
The people that seem the most secure to me, and they might not be, let's
monks.
take social media out of it. Yeah, but I don't know any monks. Fucking,
I don't know any monks.
Just super outdoorsy people. Guys I know that are really into mountain biking and hiking, and I know a couple guys who are they ran cross country in high school. Now they mountain bike and they like to hike and stuff. Right. And they're just in the woods. They're just in the forest.
But that's a form of escape.
It's an escape, but I don't know if they feel so bad about themselves. I don't really think they think about that much. I think they're just climbing the hill.
Yeah.
I think they're literally climbing the hill.
Right. But even that's a form of it's a meditative practice of sort of non-existence,
Those guys have such a freeness to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, let's get a beer.
Yeah.
They're get a couple beers.
It's probably so fucking good for you. It's good for you on 9 levels.
Yeah.
If you're just alone.
They're the happiest people I've met.
If you're alone hiking and you're exhausted, you must feel such clarity. Mentally perfect,
Yeah.
It's like the guy who meditates fucking 6 hours a day. He's probably just chill.
The outdoorsy people I know do not seem like very pensive folks, though.
Yeah.
I think they're just in it.
Right.
They're just in the woods,
That's
man.
living in the moment shit.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's why I want to get a bike.
Dude, right?
Start biking. It's gorgeous out today.
It's unreal.
It's perfect today.
Autumn and I, she was in her
I hope it's like this
robe.
for 3 months.
I think it's going to be for the next 2 weeks.
Great.
She was in her little robe. And we just went outside and we were laughing and twirling around because it was so nice out. It was
so
we were doing
nice.
a rain dance.
Yeah, it's great.
It was
I'm
awesome.
going to sit on my back porch and just stare at my plants and be like, this is great.
It's been amazing.
I'm loving life.
Dude, it's hot for a long time here.
It's very hot for a long time.
It's wild.
But I feel like it's going to be pretty nice for 2-3 months.
I'm psyched.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to get that cold.
No?
It's going to get pretty cold for the winter months, January, February, maybe 40s.
I can handle that.
And that's
occasionally.
Yeah, it's probably going to mostly be, I don't know enough, I'm guessing here. But I'm pretty sure it's it's going to be this and nice for late fall, and then into winter it's going to get a little cold, and then spring's going to be nice.
55 though, that rules.
It's gorgeous.
That's a great
when I was in Boston, dude, 55
hoodie.
55 no clouds, beaming sun.
Unreal.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And it's
that's a New England fall. Were the leaves changing?
Yeah.
Dude.
Just starting to change. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous.
The best.
The best.
I love it up there, man.
Giant seagulls.
So
smoking
sick.
a cigarette, looking at the fucking yachts.
Yeah.
Looking at the sailboats on the river.
Did
Charles
they have some
River.
big boys, some yachts?
Big ass yachts near that wharf.
Yeah.
Long wharf.
Mm-hmm.
That was a gorgeous part of town. Was the North End.
That's my favorite part.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's my favorite Little Italy.
I think it's the best neighborhood I've been to in terms of cities. There's nowhere in New York that's the best parts of New York are almost that.
Yeah, but they've been raped by corporations.
Yeah, Manhattan
Yeah.
has been raped to death. But, you know, if you go to, like, certain parts of, like, Sunnyside, Queens, it's, like, pretty close.
Yeah.
But it's not quite the same. It's not
sure.
quite as nice.
Yeah, I like
Masbeth is, like, gorgeous.
I love Red Hook.
Yeah,
But
Red Hook.
Red Hook's amazing.
South Brooklyn and, like, certain parts of Queens.
There's always a thing in New York, though. Every time you're in New York, it's like money's in the air.
Yeah.
You're like,
Peter
somebody
Dinklage
hears-
waddles along. And
Yes.
you're like, fuck.
Somebody hears a gazillion.
Scram, Dinklage, scram.
Yeah. Just punt him. Swinging around.
Throw Dinklage down a well. I drink and I know things. How gay did that get?
What happened?
Well, you know, he was the advisor to the king or whatever, and then they're like, how do you know that? And he says, I drink and I know things. It's what I do, or something like that. That's a Tyrion Lannister line.
Oh, my God.
And then now every fucking goober has a shirt that says, I drink and I know things.
Ugh.
And I'm like, dude.
Dude, Dinklage gets fucked up.
Yeah.
In real life Dinklage.
Yeah, half a beer.
Yeah. Shot glass full of Bud Light.
Yeah, he's doing shots of Prosecco. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm just like... He's so self-serious, too.
Yeah.
He seems unbearable.
Yeah, he seems exhausting.
Yeah, if he was
threw a
5'10", he'd be
He got
unbearable.
drunk at the cellar and threw a chicken wing at Jeff Osmus.
Hell yeah.
I showed up
Okay, I love him now.
I
I'm
showed
back
up
on
like
board.
10 minutes.
I'm back on board.
Dude, I walked into the Olive Tree to hang with people. I think it was during some festival or something. Whatever. I was going to hang with a bunch of friends. I walked in, and everybody's like, dude, you just missed it. And I was like, what happened? And Jeff has a stain on his shirt. And he was like, Peter Dinklage just walked up to me and hit me with a chicken wing. Dude, I was like, the midget from Game of Thrones. Like, yeah. And I was like, why? He was like, he's just drunk. I think he thought it was funny. Just hucked the chicken wing at Jeff.
He's right.
Yeah.
It is funny to throw chicken wings at Jeffrey Osmond.
Yeah, if
It's
also
objectively hilarious.
Yeah, there's Jeff is top tier funny to see get hit by a chicken wing.
You'd be like, ow!
And then when you go famous drunk midget through
Oh my
the wing,
God.
that's a perfect moment. I was
Man.
salty I missed it.
I would love to have been there.
I saw the stain. I got to see the stain. I got to see the wake, the
that
aftermath.
kicks ass.
Yeah.
That fucking rules. That's so funny.
Yeah, dude. North End rules though. It's
Gorgeous.
Unreal.
Food
right?
was unbelievable.
Right? Did you go to any of the spots I told you?
No, because they were slammed.
Yeah, no worries.
But then
Even
we
the
went
sub place. Well, it was a weekend.
slammed. But we went to this place called Bavos.
Oh, Brico?
No, it was an Italian.
Bovis.
Bovis.
Do you know that's Tim's favorite place in the world?
Ridiculous.
Tim is like family with them.
They're
He walks in, he's like, "Hey, Cynthia, you know what I want." And they just start getting the pastries together in a giant box.
the best.
Bovis is a classic.
They had these like calzones, but they were like real calzones. I don't know, they were different. They had it was almost like a soft kind of sesame seed bread more than it was like a doughy, shitty Pizza Hut calzone, like and not that crusty, fucky. You know what I mean? It was like a nice, pleasant, soft pastry calzone that was full of cold cuts.
Unreal.
One of the best things I've ever eaten in my life.
Bovis is also open 24/7, so you can get wasted and stumble over to Bovis and just slam pastries.
Dude,
it's so fun.
It's a perfect place in the world. That'd be amazing.
I
was thinking about that at Boston. I was like, this is what I wanted from New York, is this vibe.
Yeah.
And I didn't get it.
No.
Boston's better than New York.
Yeah, in some ways.
I think it'd be a better place to live.
Yeah. Right now, I lived in both. I loved New York when I moved there after Boston.
Yeah.
And I liked it better than Boston for years. But it got way gayer after the pandemic. You honestly...
That's a good point.
Unfortunately, you
I
caught
missed
a
the
shitty...
good part, yeah.
You caught a shitty era. It got way gayer. It just... All the cool New York stuff got pushed out.
Yeah.
It was like... Everybody got COVID deals, and I think after those deals went up, it was like the second
They were like
lease
double.
cycle.
I had friends who were paying $1,200 for a studio or $1,400 for a studio in the Lower East Side. Which is not bad at all.
Yeah.
And then literally he said it's going up to 25 or something like that. It was like doubling.
Yes.
I was like, wow. Like the COVID deal ran out and they can just double it?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's when it all got shitty. Because even during the pandemic, before Cuomo fucking killed all the fun and raped everybody, but before that, everybody was like drinking in the street and stuff during like summer 2020. That was a blast.
Yeah.
And it still felt very New York-y.
Yeah.
New York. And then I think it was, that second lease cycle. The second year COVID leases. So everybody signed their new lease, and these landlords are desperate. So let's say they sign in late, like 2020, late 2020, early 21.
Yeah.
I think by early 22,
it was over.
Yeah, and I think people just left. People
Yeah,
are like, I'm not paying
there was a
$5,000.
mass exodus
Definitely.
at a certain point from New York.
Yeah.
Between the start and end of the pandemic.
Boston
it was like a
rules. I had so much fun living in Boston. I was like 20, 19.
Yeah, it was a blast, dude.
Yeah.
It was really fun. Irish dive bars,
The best.
fucking real pubs, getting like a good ass Guinness.
Yeah, dude.
Great.
It's great. And those Italian spots are all family owned.
So good.
There's the pizza place I told you to go to, and then across the street
Regina's slammed.
Regina's always slammed. Sorry, the Italian sub place I told you to go to. Monica's Mercato.
Oh, you know what happened? I think I looked up the wrong Monica's.
That's Monica's Trattoria.
Yeah. So it was like, I walked in, I was like, I don't think this is a place to get Italian sub.
No, Mercato is across the street.
And then, but then there was Bova's.
Bova's is right next to Monica's Mercato.
So I saw that and I went, I'll try that. That looks good. And
you
then
didn't go wrong. Bova's rules.
So good.
Everywhere there is great, but the Mercato, the sub place, and there's a pizzeria downstairs, and then the Trattoria, the sit-down place across the street, are owned by these Italian brothers, Frankie and Pat.
Nice.
And I was a tour guide down there, and I would just see them like every time, and they would give me free food and a beer and stuff. And they're just caricatures of Italian brothers. Just like, hey, look at who it is. It's like fully out of a movie.
That's what I wanted from New York.
And it's just been in their family for like 80 years. I think it's been in their family since 55.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
No, that's the cool stuff.
Yeah,
that's
great.
the good shit.
It's cool.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to get seafood, but I didn't really have time.
That's funny that it's what you wanted from New York. And yeah.
It's definitely what I wanted from New York.
Which is why I felt so much more comfortable in like Queens. I was like, this is way better.
Yeah, me too.
Like Bushwick is a hellhole.
Bushwick's a hellhole.
I wanted to be wiped off the map.
The other thing about
when
Boston
I ran
is
to shoot fucking.
The thing about Boston is if you can't afford super expensive rent, you're gonna live on the outskirts, just like you would in New York.
Yeah.
So you're gonna end up living in like Jamaica Plain or Somerville or Brighton.
Yeah.
All awesome still. Also sick.
Yeah.
Doesn't get shitty. Not Bushwick.
Yeah, we took a train
Bushwick.
out to Somerville, and I was like, it's crazy there's a train out to here.
Yeah.
There's like nothing.
Yeah.
Like, not in a bad way, but it's like it's the suburbs.
But they also have little squares, so like Davis Square, Porter Square, Central
That's what
Square,
someone
Harvard
was telling
Square.
me. The one of the security guys at the comedy club was like, yeah, you should go to. So you're going to Somerville, go to this square. I forget.
Davis
what it's
Square,
called.
probably.
Davis Square.
Yeah.
But it was like too late. Everything was like closed.
Yeah.
So you did the late show.
It's great.
Yeah, it was great.
Boston rules.
Yeah, you want to switch to the Patreon?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Please sub to the Patreon, by the way.
Subscribe to Patreon. Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Love you, boys.
Wagwan Weeklings.
We love you.
We love ya. Join the Patreon.
Join the
2
Patreon.
tier, 1 tier, $5 tier. Get you 1 episode. 2
Get
tier.
you 2 episodes a week if you're going to join this.
And the $10 tier for the 2 extra a week, man.
2 extra episodes a week.
We love you. Bye.